So, hey guys, Chausu here, and welcome to this month's Metal Shop with for Global. And yeah, so even if I made like a tier list here, it's often hard to distinguish units from one tier to another. So I still recommend watching and hearing my reasoning. Some are very iffy. But yeah, I think top priority is pretty clear. Shang's crew. If you don't have him, get him. Like personally, I don't use him a lot as sub. He can be used as sub, but as a captain, he's still easily the best duo legend to use as captain in my opinion. He has so many great qualities. First, the switch for a free attack boost every turn, even if it's just 1.5 times, it's still worth it. You can stack it with an ore boost or affinity boost, and it just amplifies a lot. And he also gives orb manip with the swap, very useful. And of course the special bind resistance for 10 turns and 3 turn chain locks, all that together makes Shang's Crew what I'd call a glue unit. Like, I don't build teams putting Shang's Crew in first. He's usually one of the last units I put, and often he solves like all issues I have. And that's basically how I view him. And I actually often use him as friend captain, but owning him means it's a lot easier to find friend captains, so it's their stat upside. And yeah, like the worse box you have, the more use you'll get out of him. Like, he can much easier fit on as a sub or as a cap and such. So yeah, definitely get Challenge Crew if you can, if you don't have it. Moving on to the amazing. We can take, like we talked about, I talked about pudding last month, and I'll say it again. If you like building teams, if you like having more options, pudding is a no-brainer. She is super unique. No unit can even get close to do what she does, with effectively -2 CD every 7 turns. Super good. Also storing any buff, and when you use her again, you bypass any enemy reactions. And also a lot of orb manipulator specials, so yeah. I love using her personally. Very good to have. But yeah, the more you copy teams, the less needed she is, in my opinion. Moving on to V1 Aquino, and he's here just for his support. He's not a bad unit. I should try and use him more because he's not bad, really. Mono type strength captain. But yeah, the support is why he's here. Super good. If you use a damage dealing or HP cutting special with a strength unit, you turn all orbs into strength and you get a small attack boost. And depending on the situation, you use him just for the orbs, you use him for both. And he has a very flexible unit. And yeah, you basically often, if you can put him in a strength unit, you often do it, just since it eases team building quite a bit. There's a lot of units you often want to use him with that, like Krigging Game, for example. You get an orb boost, you get an attack boost, you change all orbs. So that's a easy combo you can make. There are many examples like that. That was just the first one that popped into my head. And yeah, moving on to Worth It. And yeah, Nam Robin, talked about them last time too. They can be used as cap. I wouldn't recommend it. They are quite weird to use as cap. They are quite weird in general, like usually do units want to swap quite a bit. Nami Robin are like you want to swap very little. Like, if you want to use Robin, you swap once in a run, and that's maybe it. And you can potentially set up some plays where for the final stage you swap back to Nami and get some orbs you've saved, but yeah, but she's here though because her special is really good. It's one of the highest orb boosts in the game, so very good for Kizuna. Also removes a lot of para, 10 turns, so yeah, super good utility too. And it's a Nami and Robin, so they have a lot of good support, so it's not like it just is playing Kizuna, but as a mode where you often use them, but yeah, it just adds a lot of damage to any decks or in team, as well as some nice utility. So yeah, definitely worth it. Like if they were cheaper, they'd be higher up. Like I take cost into account when I order these two. So yeah, moving on. I was if we were to put Kung Fu Luffy first, but yeah, the reason I put him up here is that unlike some other good support, like for me, Kung Fu Luffy is mainly support, but he can actually do work as a unit. He has a very unique special, which does a lot of stuff for 2 turns too, which is very useful. He does a 1.75 times attack boost for 2 turns. He does damage threshold for 2 turns over 3k HP threshold, super good. And he also gives easier perfects. And yeah, that's a favorite of mine, easier perfects. Lets me pick and choose ships more. Like I prefer to use easier perfect ships. But if I can build so I can fit easier perfects, then I can use any ship I want really. So yeah, very good kit. And as a support, adjacent slots matching and easier perfects for 1 turn. Super good. One of my most used supports. Like one of the best global exclusive supports easily. Super good. So yeah, I can wholeheartedly recommend him if you don't have him. And you have all the stuff about. Moving on to useful, I actually put Neko together with Kung Fu Luffy first, but I put him down because he's just a support in the end, a very good support. Removes 2 turns of bind and attack down. There aren't many attack down removing supports, so they are very valuable. Can be put on both Chopper and Inu. Very nice. And pretty outdated special, but it also removes some attack down and does some beneficial orbs and stuff. Nothing too crazy. Very good unit to have. Moving on to Luffy and Ace. This was one of my longest lacking legends, and they are a bit outdated now, but they have a very unique color combination with strength and quick, and they guarantee an orb with their swap. So that alone makes them very good to have. And their special is fine, like yeah, it does an orb boost for free spirit. It's fine. I used them in Kizuna lately against Aloida. So yeah, I'm happy I have them. It's not a unit you use a lot. They will be nice when you need them. And like it's kind of cool with Luffy and Ace since Ace has the Whitebeard support for 3 turns of the spear. Luffy has other supports, of course, since it's Luffy. So yeah, lots of potential there with support. All on crew released with Shanks, so one of the newer legs here, but yeah, kind of niche unit. I use him quite a bit as a sub. He's very useful there. Can give a lot of attack and lots of CD reduction. If he had a bit lower CD, he'd be so much better, but it's still very useful to have. And swap at least guarantees a matching orb, but the other effect of gaining base attack, the lower HP you have, is pretty underwhelming. And as a captain, you need to run a rainbow team with all colors, but you do get -3 CD reduction, so when you can get it to work, it's very fun. But a good unit to have for sure. And the Marco, finally, Whitebeard and Marco. When I need them, they're very good. You can cheese a lot of stuff with them, but they won't be a go-to unit anytime. Like you are forced to use them, you don't want to use them. But their swap is still one of the best in the game. Get an RCV or reduce a turn of paralysis and special bind, super good. Special is meh, but they have the A support now, so they can lock orbs. You can use the free-to-play Thumper support for Psi Ore Boost, or the new V4 Hawk for Int Ore Boost. So yeah, there are a lot of options there. So they are getting better, honestly. Okay, moving on to if you have everything else. All of these are iffy. Like the best here I say is V1 Kusan. He has some unique properties with buff extensions and such. But yeah, not something you use a lot anyway. Of course, V1 Fuji is nice for Rumble. Actually, I use him a lot myself, even if we have the Rodan meta and everything. Like in normal play, he has a pretty cool special, which works like Kaido, except it's HP cut, so it's after turn, so it's a bit worse. But still a very unique unit, nice to have. Hody, yeah, he's also pretty unique. He's very good as captain, mostly if you LB plus him. Like, he pairs very well with V2 Blackbeard, it's just that you are limited to just powerhouse units. But yeah, feel free to look at some of my Hody and Blackbeard wids to see if it's something you might be interested in. Otherwise, some potential niche units are sub for the CD reduction, with combination of the damage reduction. Inu, he is a pretty unique special, but he's pretty close to the bottom tier here. Like, the only reason he's not there is that he's still pretty unique, but it's not some kind of uniqueness you lose a lot. And V1 Shanks, actually great captain ability if you limit break plus him, it's just not worth it. Special is Ait. The main reason to get him is his support, which you can put on side units, and if they do a damage dealing or HP cutting special, you get you'll change all type slot into Sai. Very useful. I use him a lot for that. And yeah, the final two units here. Crocodile. There's really no reason to use him unless you want to play around a bit. He got the limit break expansion on JP lately. He did buff into a 4x captain, which was kind of boring. Like, his niche was to be a low HP cap. Now it's just a 4 times cap all the time, so he's just the worst stubborn koala basically. All he does is an attack boost. Yeah, he's not worth. And V1 Big Mom, very unique, but it's a lot of work for little effort. I'll try and play around a bit more with her. So I feel like I don't have enough experience with her to say anything constructive. Subconscious did a really cool team recently with V1 Big Mom and V3 Zoro. I recommend checking it out just to see some potential, but of course it was for the Hawkins Forest, and that is pretty special content with the war block and everything. But yeah, she's a lot of trouble for little benefit really. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful. Remember, wait until the reveal of the next medal shop before you buy optimally, so you can go like rank 2 months of value. So that's a bit of risk reward. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.